Welcome to First Wing, a Fourth Wing podcast.
I'm Brianna, and this is the start of my fourth wing journey.
And I'm Kendra, an experienced dragon rider here to help this first year. Just a quick note, this book contains explicit content including swearing, sex, violence, and death, and so will this podcast. And this specific next couple chapters does have violence.
Definitely.
All right. Today we're discussing chapters 12 and 13.
Yes, these chapters were so good. I wish we had been reading like 4 chapters at a time. I could not. It was so hard to stop.
Yeah, this really ends, chapter 13 really ends on like basically a cliffhanger.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we leave off the crew. They have just gotten through the gauntlet and they're ready for presentation.
Yes. Also, if our voices sound hoarse, we screamed our heads off at a Katy Perry concert last night.
Yes.
So
we also stayed up really late and we might be a little tired, but you know what?
The content will be great. We just might be a little more subdued than normal.
Although Katy Perry was amazing.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It starts out with this inscription. Presentation day is unlike any other. The air is ripe with possibilities and possibly the stench of sulfur from a dragon who has been offended. Never look a red in the eye. Never back down from a green. If you show trepidation to a brown, well, just don't.
A proper guide.
Yes.
That doesn't say that, but like I just love, well, just don't. Very helpful.
Very professional.
Yeah. I was confused about the sulfur line because I was like, do they all fart at people? But no, I guess that's the smell of them breathing fire or after they breathe fire.
Yeah, it's definitely indicated that after they breathe fire, there's some sulfur smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Starts out with the fact that there's 169 of them by the time the morning is done. Do we know?
Yes, there was 171 last time this was mentioned.
You mean only 2 people died?
That's what I'm saying.
And it was... Oh, okay, sorry.
In between the beginning of Gauntlet and then presentation that just happened.
Yeah, which is in the same day. So that means...
Oh, that is in the same day, yeah.
Yeah, so that means only 2 people out of all the squads died. That's not bad.
That's crazy,
That's
right?
actually pretty good.
But I guess everyone else had just like died ahead of time, like on the practice. Like it was like if you could survive all the practice runs, you're probably not going to die on the day. But I know, I thought that was a really small amount.
Yeah. And their crew or their squad places 11th out of 36, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's like more than half.
Yeah, they're better than more than half the squads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. They mentioned the fastest up the gauntlet was Liam Mari. Is that the first time we hear this guy's name?
Yeah.
Cool.
As far as I can remember. Although sometimes people are mentioned like so quickly that I don't clock it.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we hear Liam. She says, of course, that he was the fastest up. So she must have some sort of knowledge of him being
really fast.
Really good, yeah.
Or maybe he's like a second, like a repeat or something.
She knows something about him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, they've all come through, like out into where the presentation area is, right? She mentions that the dragons average 25 feet tall. I was like trying to figure out what that was. And apparently like the street lights, the lamp posts outside our house, that's 25 feet tall.
That makes sense because I feel like the average like roof or ceiling above your head is like 10 to 12 feet high.
Right. For a single story.
Yeah. So then like a double story would be about 25 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's their average. And she's just talking about how they're in formation. They're lined up back from the path and all that. Garrick, it then like beckons them, says that they're next and tells them to be in formation. And Violet mentions like the sound of rushing wind in the distance. And she says she knows someone has been found lacking. So obviously they just burnt a cadet. Conveniently, right after that sound happens, he's telling them to walk 7 feet apart. And then Riddick is like, yeah, in case one of us gets torched. And that's the idea. It's like, if you're going to cluster together, then, if one of you guys offends a dragon, bye-bye.
Yeah.
You're all gone.
I know. I was like, this might be like the scariest thing that they've done. Like weirdly, because like they have no control over it. They could accidentally die by not even doing anything wrong. Like the other things were all in their control, like fighting.
Yeah.
The gauntlet, like everything was like they could control it a lot more.
Yeah. I feel like there was a certain amount of control they could have, and three of them in here actually did a really bad job, and one of them didn't get torched.
I know.
I was
Upsettingly.
very surprised.
I know.
But both Luca and Pryor who got torched on this, it made
did make
sense because you're
yeah.
like, and then also you're like, how can you? I would be on my best behavior if I was walking in front of dragons, but we're kind of jumping ahead. Anyways,
I
but
know.
still, it's
I
like,
really feel like different people have different ideas of what the dragons would like.
oh
We-
yeah,
Like they've talked about how like really ruthless people get, paired with ruthless dragon breeds.
yeah,
So like maybe Tynan thinks that like being mean is like something that they would admire or
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe.
I mean, I guess it worked because he didn't die. But or Luca, like they're all just being themselves, which is what they're told to do. Some of themselves
Yeah,
just aren't good.
when we get to where Luca died, we have to see what she says. But I think it's also could matter which kind of dragon they were walking by at the moment they were saying
Yeah,
that.
because
to.
they're all different.
They're
so it's
different.
like some of them could find that like more admirable, and some of them might hate that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is like I kind of see why they're behaving the way they're behaving, but also I definitely saw the two deaths coming. Although I thought Tynan would die too, but
Yeah, I know.
So like I knew that they were doing something wrong, so maybe they could have also known.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So it seems like there's a little bit of skill in this, but that's fine.
Yeah, but there's a specific line that makes me think that Luca is going to die.
Is it the one where it says her constant need to tear everyone down that makes all of us keep our distance? Yeah.
From that line by itself, I was like, she's gonna die.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Look
I
at
kind
you.
of guessed it. Didn't I? Wasn't she one of the ones I guessed?
I don't remember.
Me neither.
Oops.
Shoot. No, maybe
I
not.
thought
No,
you guessed
she
Rhiannon
wasn't.
was going to die.
I said I hope it wasn't Rhiannon, and then I said maybe it would be Riddick.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't guess Luca, but I did guess her like ahead of time technically because it was just this one line. I was like, they're not gonna like that because you need teamwork.
Yeah.
Like that's something that I feel like the dragons would find important in general because you have to be able to work with the other dragons in your like whatever when they're out doing whatever they're doing. They have to
Right,
work
exactly.
together.
Yeah. For
So-
sure. Okay, good. So then Garrick is still talking to them, right? Yeah. And then he's also annoyed by Luca. So she mentions the feather tail, that there's a feather tail there.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, so there's one more showed up that they weren't expecting. And they mention here that like the feather tails don't bond.
Yep. And I noted like, okay, this doesn't prove my theory yet because I guessed the second we learned what Feathertail was, I guessed she would bond with
With
Feathertail.
Violet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Violet would bond with the Feathertail like the second it was mentioned, I guess
Mhm.
that. And when this came up, I was like, okay, it doesn't technically prove it, but we did learn about them for a reason. Like it wasn't just a random trivia thrown in there. Like learning about the Feathertail was relevant. And
Sure seems that way.
yeah.
And it says Feathertail don't bond, right? And so that's like another thing they just keep kind of pushing on us, right?
Yeah, because and it also says that they never really leave the veil.
Right.
So because the teacher said that he like hadn't seen one
Yeah,
in
exactly.
a long time, or like he doesn't have like a memory of one.
Right. Exactly.
So this is definitely like so crazy and special.
Yes. So Garrick finishes giving them the instructions, sends them all to the quadrant senior wing leader, who doesn't get a name. And and then she tells them to go in single file and tells them also to talk, which is I thought was great advice. She's like, talk to your nearby squad mates while you're on the path, as it will help the dragons get a sense of who you are and how well
Right.
you play with others.
And I was like, this again just fed into like, because he said how well you play with others. And I was
Mhm.
like, Luca. Again, this is again another point that I was like, I think Luca's going to die.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All the points were pointing.
Yeah, they definitely were.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see Pryor coming until like I kind of forgot that guy existed.
Because he doesn't make himself known very
No.
well. Yeah, no one was really. I'm sure no one was sad, unfortunately.
No. Like, oh, I forgot that guy existed. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, now he doesn't exist. Oh, womp womp.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So yeah, she does. Also says you can look at the dragons, but not like in their eyes. So I guess whatever. I guess you can kind of study them as well, but you just can't look them in the eye.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there they go. They start walking down the path, and she talks about the different dragons they see.
Wait a minute. Didn't she look what's his face's dragon in the eye? She did, didn't she?
Sagael, Zayden's dragon.
Yeah. Didn't it say that she like because
I think they made eye contact.
yeah. Okay, just random.
Yeah. That's true, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, they're walking Tynan is, complaining about not being able to see their tails and how do I know if I want to pick one, and
Ugh,
he's just
he's
so
so
worried about it,
annoying.
which again, I would have been like, "Man, if I was a dragon, I would have been like, 'Oh my god, you're dumb,' and then he would have been gone."
Yeah.
But obviously that didn't happen. They passed reds first, right? So maybe when he was talking about that, they're the more ruthless of them.
Yeah.
So maybe that was fine. Now they're passing browns. She mentions her mother's dragon is a brown, right? I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Violet kind of notes that Rhiannon is nervous, and
Yeah.
she just starts talking about her nephew, which I thought was really cool. They just start chatting about the writing, writing the nephew and writing to her sister and that rule about not being able to write until after first year, which I'm not sure was that the first time we heard this as
No,
well.
no,
Okay.
because Dane says this to her like at the very beginning of the book when they meet up.
Okay. Yeah.
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 He's like he said that he missed her and that he would have written to her if he could have. So we did learn about that.
Yeah. And while she's walking here, you kind of like, I mean, the dragons are getting a little idea of loyalty to family, loyalty to squad, because they talk about that here.
Yep.
And then Tienan decides to, like talk about how her sister's hot, which is just like awkward. Um
He's just an asshole. Like
I know
honestly.
it's so crazy. And not even a good one either. Like
No.
Jackson was a better asshole.
Yeah.
Like he's just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they finished talking about the nephew. Oh, I guess they're talking about like boys, and she brings up Dane, and she like mentions that he's like really rule abiding, which we obviously know, and he likes order, and how he's probably gonna give her shit about the gauntlet.
I know. I was like, he better not. He better not.
I mean, it's she like says like Amber did,
I
and we
know.
already know that him and Amber have some friendship of some sort. I don't know
but
what.
He's bent the rules for her like 100 times. Is he really gonna turn around and be like, I can't believe you survived and didn't die. I'm so mad at you for finding a way to survive. If he does that, it's over.
I think he has his own bending the rules so well justified. He doesn't like he has reasons for him. So
yeah, to
and doesn't see
protect
them.
her and save her.
Yeah.
So when she protects and saves herself, then that's not okay. I'll be so mad. I will
Yeah.
be so mad.
Anyways, they continue on, and Rhiannon asks about her keeping secrets.
Yeah, she's being really nice. She's being like, don't like keep things from me. Like we should be able to trust each other and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, please don't die. This made me scared. Like this sentence made me scared.
Where she says, "Oh yeah," because she's like, Rhiannon was saying something about secrets, and then Violet says it's impossible to know everything there is about someone. Because Violet's keeping the secret about Xaden. That's the
Yes.
secret she's keeping.
Yeah, but she's keeping other ones too. I don't think Rhiannon knows about the book of Brennan.
Oh, yeah. True.
And then she's keeping another secret that she tells her later about like her vest being a dragon scale vest.
Scales. Yeah, it's true.
Which is really a small one. Like, would anyone really do anything about it?
I don't even know if it's a secret. I don't even know if it's a secret that's not okay, or if it's just something
That she'd
she
rather
doesn't
keep close
want.
to her
Yeah,
chest.
she just would rather it be like a surprise when someone goes to try to stab her.
Otherwise, they would just try to stab her in other spots if they knew for sure. it
I mean,
couldn't
I
go
always
through.
wonder why they don't just, like cut the head off. It's like the easiest thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess like we aren't fighters. Maybe like the thing that's being protected the most at all times is their like
heart.
throat and their head and their
Oh,
heart. I
I
mean, it's
see.
all kind of in the if they're always protecting their top, then you just try to go like lower.
I guess so.
If I knew
Which-
anything about fighting, this would
It-
make more sense. But that's not what I imagine. It's like you could go for the throat, but obviously that's what they're protecting, like their
Yeah.
throat and their heart, because it's like, well, that's where I'm most vulnerable.
Yeah. Okay, so they're making like a deal here about like we'll help you if if you ask, I'll help you or whatever. Like if you need my help. And then Tienan is like, "Are you guys done bonding back there?"
It's like, no, Tienan, shut the fuck up.
And why does he care?
Yeah, why do you care? And what is wrong with them bonding?
Yeah.
Like, not one thing. Like, why is he being like this? And like, also, they're supposed to be talking.
I know.
So for him to be
exactly.
like, "Are you guys done talking?"
Well, that's
It's
why I
like,
said
no.
he's not a really good asshole. He's just annoying. He's like, it's just irritating. It's like, ugh, whatever.
I know.
They get to the end, like they're going to the very last one where the rest of the squad is like gathered waiting, and then that's when they see the Feathertail, right?
Yeah, but that means they made it one pass all the way with no one dying.
Yeah. No one died the first
No
time
one died
through.
yet.
Yeah. So then they mention the Feathertail, small golden dragon. She mentions it's probably only a few feet taller than her. talks about like the sunlight reflecting off scales and
I know.
feather tail around the side of his body. Because obviously it's a tail that looks like a feather, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are like dagger tail and club tail, so it's got to have some kind of
Yeah.
feathery look at the end.
I'm guessing it just doesn't have like any bludgeoning power or stabbing power. It's just like
Because this is
tail.
not a combat dragon, is
Right.
what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But when she said it was smaller than the other dragons, I was like, either Rebecca is taunting us or this is for sure the dragon she's going to bond with. Because it's like, oh, the smaller one that she could easily get on.
Right.
It's there. I'm like, okay. It's either a complete taunt or or this has to be the one. Also, the fact that it's gold, like, it's not the right color, and she has her weird coloring thing, which is mentioned actually by Tynan, like, in a little bit. Being like, you guys are both, like, the wrong color, and small, and weak, and helpless.
Right.
But anyways, if it's not this dragon, I'm gonna be really surprised, because it all points to this being her dragon. One of her dragons, I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, and then I said, like, the best prediction ever. Okay?
Okay.
It's like 2 different ones, and they're actually not that great. But I was really excited. I was like, okay, this is how she's gonna get on her bigger dragon, because this is something I said. Like, I was like, how does she plan on actually mounting her dragon? Because she had to, like, cheat in the one on the gauntlet that helps you, whatever, like, learn how to mount a dragon or whatever. But this is how she's gonna do it. She can climb onto this one, and then climb onto the other one. Like if she needs to ride the other one. Or she'll just ride this one. Is she gonna ride both dragons? What is that's gonna be so weird. It's gonna be so weird, but that's fine. But this solves the problem of how you'd get onto your second dragon.
Well, you promised me that when we get to that point in the book of mounting, that we discuss this particular like prediction you have.
Yeah.
Because I have so many things I want to say that I can't.
I have it like marked.
Okay, good.
As something to look into later because it hasn't happened yet. But then this is my other theory, which is that she's gonna bond with the small one first.
Okay.
And people are gonna laugh and be mean and be like, oh yeah, we called it. Like, of course you got the like weird dragon that's not even a fighter, that's like malnourished, and like they're all gonna get on her ass about it. And then the black dragon, which is the one I think is gonna be her second one, or any other dragon. But let's suppose it's the scary black one that's like won't bond with anyone anymore after his other rider died. Let's suppose it's that one, and then that one's gonna come and everyone's gonna shut up so fast. They're gonna shut up so fast, and it's gonna be so satisfying. Because the other one's gonna be so scary, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so great. So that's my other prediction.
I like it. Nice. Okay, good. So like you brought up, like, I mean, Luca starts complaining that it's yellow, like that's a bad
I know.
color.
Also, it's gold.
Right.
Excuse me. Don't put it to yellow.
That's the real reason Luca died. Some dragon was like, wow, she doesn't even know her colors. She's just like, bye.
She's saying yellow as an insult. Like,
I know.
She definitely is, because even later on in the next chapter, I think, Violet says that this dragon like glows in the sun, like it like glints, like it's not yellow, it's like reflecting the sun like gold. It's a gold dragon. How dare you say it's yellow?
Right, and then she goes and has the gall to say that yellow is not a real color. What is brown? Like, if I was gonna complain about it, not a real color, I'd complain about brown. It's so
Brown
weird.
is like all the colors just kind of mixed together.
Yeah, right. I don't know. It was just such a weird thing. I'm like, how is yellow?
I think she just means that there's no yellow dragons. Like that's not a dragon breed.
I mean, possibly, but I was a little like,
funny.
It's like that's rude to yellow. Yeah, and then like you said, Tynan said the thing about like Sorengel should bond because they're both weak and it's a match.
I kind of loved that like someone called it out, because to me it was like oh, the small discolored dragon, like it was so obvious. So I liked that one of the characters was like, look, it's perfect for her, but like not in a nice way.
Not in a nice way.
They have to be
no,
mean.
And Sawyer jumps in here too. Is just like, you don't say that about your squad mates, especially in front of the dragons.
I know.
But Tynan doesn't care. As we discover in the next chapter, he's
does not give
he's with the Asphalt Jacks. So
exactly.
Yeah. After all that, Tynan decides to say that someone should kill this dragon before it bonds. Again,
in front of these other dragons.
How did he not die? Like, he literally is talking about killing a dragon.
The only thing I have to think is something that she says, or she doesn't say, but Violet thinks it in her head about how, like, well, they weed out the weak of us, so maybe they do something similar.
Yeah.
But she's I thought she was more saying that to be like, well, this dragon can't be that weak, otherwise it won't even be allowed to live. But maybe the other dragons are thinking like, well, I don't care if this one dies.
That's what she's thinking. That
Yeah.
maybe they're thinking. Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know, I cannot believe he didn't die, like, honestly. But they're talking about how small it is and stuff, but I'm like, how much do we even know about Feathertails? Maybe all Feathertails are small. Like, if they never come out of the veil, unless riders
Well,
are
I
allowed
think
in the
that
veil.
they think that all Feathertails are small.
But what if all Feathertails are yellow?
They also mention, like Sawyer mentions, it's a mistake. So maybe that's what you're thinking. Like at the bottom of page 148, it's like it's not only is it obviously this is
No,
Luca,
but
too
Rhiannon
small.
says that it's full grown. There's no way other dragons would allow a baby to bond.
Yeah. So I was wondering if maybe
Oh.
you seeing the fact that Sawyer was saying it's a
Oh,
mistake
yeah.
and Luca was saying it's too small to carry into battle.
And Tynan even says it is a mistake.
Right.
And then, no, yeah, it says right here, look, it says, you're both freakishly weak.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that they're not specifically saying that this Feathertail is different than other Feathertails.
But it says freakishly weak. Is it just for dragons or for a Feathertail?
How does he know? Did he go over to the Feathertail and ask if he could,
that's what I'm saying.
shake its hand? I mean, or give it, do like some arm wrestling with it? Like
this is like my point. Is like they're making a lot of assumptions right here about this dragon that they don't seem to have studied very much.
Yeah.
So for them to say it's like a mistake and freakish, for them to guess those things about this dragon that they don't even know anything about. I'm like, maybe they're all golden small. How would you guys know? Like,
right.
Shut up.
Exactly. Anyways, they don't know what they're talking about. So now they're gonna go back. Before they go back, Prior then, of course, is like, we should go back. Should we go back? We don't have to, of course. And is once again not being able to make even a single statement.
But obviously they have to go back. And this doesn't even make sense. What's his debate? Like,
maybe they're like, we should go back
now.
I don't know.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they take off again and they're talking. And Lucas says that the dragons are a little underwhelming. I'm like, again, you're asking for it.
Yeah, that's
insulting.
Like a way different thing to say than even what Tynan's been saying.
Yeah. They bring up wyverns here, and Luca's like all like, you're obviously giving us some kind of, bedtime story or whatever. And then Rhiannon and, obviously Rhiannon knows what she's talking about and Violet knows what she's talking about, but Luca's not interested. But I guess, so then it says, she's talking about folklore and like that they're kind of like dragons and stuff. And that they have a taste for humans. And then she's like, unlike dragons who think we're a little gamey.
Yeah, and you mentioned this, I don't know, 1 episode ago. You said, like, you wondered whether humans tasted good to dragons, and if it wasn't for trying to protect the veil, if they would just eat all the humans. But here we learned that, no, we're not particularly tasty.
No, they just burn them to death just for the heck of it. They're not trying to eat anything.
No.
In fact, don't they just end up in like a pool of
ash. Like nothing. Like the heat.
Yeah.
It's so hot. It's actually crazy. Like whenever I read any fantasy where like someone turns someone to ash with fire, do you know how hot fire has to be to burn bone?
Especially that fast.
This is what serial killers make mistakes of all the time. They try to burn their victims, and it's like so much of a person remains unless the fire is so hot. Like when you get cremated, it's like insane heat.
Yeah.
So these dragons are clearly
hot.
Very, very hot fire if they can just reduce it to a pile of like a burnt spot on the floor. That is insane heat coming out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they're still talking about this folklore, and they start talking about the venom riders, the eerie-eyed venom riders, and about like people supposedly turn into venom if they channel directly from the source. Right.
So this was my next big prediction, which is, oh my gosh, the Separatists can totally, this must be something that has to do with like the rebellion with ice. They must have tried to channel or realize they could channel like magic without the dragons or something straight from the source, whatever that means. And like maybe they have multiple powers because of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like they have their power that they get from bonding, but then they have like another power that they just have themselves. And maybe this is how Xaden can also be a mind reader and have a bonded power. It's all tied into my theory that I'm banking on really hard with very little proof. But, I want it to be true so bad. I want it to be true so bad because I love a good mind reader in any fantasy. I like Twilight a lot, so that's probably why.
Well, thank you for your prediction. Oh my. Okay.
So excited.
So
I'm so excited to just find out. Just because, like, again, this book never just gives you random information. Every time they have, like, oh, just a random conversation about Feathertails, then Feathertail shows up.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, they're still going. They're still talking about this, fable, and she was talking about how her mom like had red eyes once, and she freaked out thinking her mom was a Venin. And
yeah,
then,
it's kind of a funny story.
Yeah, Luca is sort of makes fun of it and is like, "That's just border village nonsense. Anyone with a modicum of education knows that our wards stop all magic that isn't channeled directly from dragons."
And I just said that's not true. That's not going to be true because that seems like a very specific statement to make of like, yeah, we all know this. And who told you that? The government that we can't trust? Anyways, so we'll see.
Right. Okay, cool. So I think that's done talking about that subject. And oh yeah, and then they're like kind of telling Pryor if he could walk faster, but then Pryor, of course, I don't understand this guy. Maybe we should slow down and take our time. Or I guess we could go faster if we want to get there. Like, it's not even important.
No.
It's just walk faster. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he would be the worst person on a battlefield.
Well, which is exactly what this red thinks, because this red, right at that moment, steps out, blows him to ashes, steps back, and they're all just like, all right. And Rhiannon was the one who's right behind him, so she's a little like slightly maybe having a panic attack here.
Yeah, a little scared for sure.
A little scared.
Which is fair.
I mean, totally. I don't know. I mean, at this point, they've seen people die, so they're a little better, but still, that's pretty close. Sawyer yells for them to keep walking, and she's just sort of like, you just have to walk, like, over him or around him or whatever,
Yeah, just wait till the ground's not on fire anymore, and you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man. Anyways, Riddick, she turns around and she sees Riddick's face, and he's like, terrified. He says her name and she's like, what? And then all of a sudden she feels this steam blow at her back and she totally thinks, oh, that's it, now I'm going. Totally. But instead it is 2 greens.
Yep.
Which I believe she mentions that her sister's dragon's a green.
Well, I'm guessing so because they're the ones that are interested in her specifically.
Yeah. And so they're just kind of like snuffing at her, if that's a word. And like making noises like they were talking to each other and stuff like that.
Yep.
And
she's trying to do like what she remembers from her lessons of what to do with a green.
Yeah, she does. She's like trying to do exactly what she's supposed to do. She's hoping that, she isn't just about to die. It's kind of cute because one of them like nudges her hands with its nose.
I know.
It's like it wants to be pet.
That's the exact note I made. I was like, oh, maybe he just wants some pets. No, it was just smelling the blood on her hands.
Yeah. And she does remember here the greens are the most reasonable. So she just starts talking, explains that the blood is from cutting her hands on the obstacle course. And then she realizes that it's sniffing like around the dragon scales. And then she's like, oh, you smell Tien.
Yeah.
Which is Mira's dragon. Yeah. And so she just explains, to the dragons that this is what happened. And she's got this armor now. And they were just kind of like, cool,
Yeah, she's like whispering it to them.
Yeah.
And also this like sentence about how the professor taught them every way to approach a dragon and 0 ways to disengage one. I was like, why? Why would you not teach them that? Do you think
like, are you supposed to bow and step back? Are you supposed to say, nice talking to you, see you later? Like, what do you do?
Like blink in a certain pattern? Like, how is there not any way that they learn this? Do they really just think that if you engage in a dragon, you're either going to be bonded or die?
Maybe.
But what about presentation? Because you don't bond at presentation.
Well, you don't generally engage with them at presentation until they walk up and start, engaging with you. Yeah, it's kind of funny. She just like steps back and then she's like, okay, we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
And they keep going. And then this is when she tells Rhiannon that she has dragon scale armor and not to tell anybody.
Yep. Yeah. So, Rhiannon was only a few feet away. Because I was like, how is she saying this to Rhiannon 7 feet away and no one's hearing? But then I reread it and I was like, she's
walked
right there.
up to her, right? Rhiannon did, yeah. We have this little exchange where Riddick is saying he just shot himself, which I
Yep.
thought was funny. And then Luca's like, I thought they were going to eat you. And Violet says, me too. And then Luca says, I wouldn't have blamed them. And then Riddick says, you're insufferable. And then I kind of love this because, okay, so he says you're insufferable. And she says, well, she's obviously our weakest link after Pryor. And I don't blame him for snuffing him out. He can never make a decision. No one wants someone like that. And then all of a sudden, she feels like the blast of heat. And Riddick says, guess the dragon thinks she's insufferable too.
Yeah. I just said, heck yeah. What a bitch. I'm not sad at all.
Yeah.
She is insufferable.
And then we end the chapter with our squad is down to 6 first years. Oh, they were doing so good.
Yeah.
And then they lost 2 on presentation day.
It's kind of crazy that Pryor hadn't died sooner, honestly. Like, how did he do challenges? Like, how
Maybe
did he
he
make
was-
any decisions?
Maybe he was good physical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I guess, like, when someone's coming at you, your only decision is, like, fight or don't fight, which is maybe easier. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I
because you're not
cannot
going to say,
imagine.
should I fight you or should I not fight you? Should I punch you right here or would you like me to punch you over there? Like, he's not going to do that. He's just going to go.
I guess.
Somehow he's made it this far. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, even, like, the ways to tackle the obstacle course, because it seems like everyone had slightly different methods of doing the different obstacle in the gauntlet. Like, how did he choose that? I don't know. I feel like I'm surprised he made it this far, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we get into chapter 13, which is kind of exciting.
Because this is threshing.
Yeah. And that's how it's opened up with this like little note from the field guide to Dragonkind where it says there's nothing quite as humbling or as awe-inspiring as witnessing threshing for those who live through it anyway.
Like, obviously.
Yeah.
For the ones who live through it.
And then October 1st is threshing no matter what day it is, which totally reminds me of the fact that September
First.
1st is Hogwarts, the day the Hogwarts train goes to school, right?
Yeah, no matter what
day it is. So, that's a similarity.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're in this like bowl-shaped forested valley. And it's supposed to be just like all these dragons, and then all the cadets go and they just wander around, right?
Yeah.
There's a note here that now we're at 147.
Yep, so now I did the math. 22 people have died either on presentation or in the 2 days since.
Okay. Yeah, so we don't know how much was actually on presentation, but if 2 just in their squad went, then
I'm
maybe
guessing
a
almost
lot
all
of them were. Yeah.
Like, maybe 2 other ones died other ways in those 2 days or something, but
Yeah.
probably if they've survived everything else, they didn't just, like, fall down the ravine or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Professor Carey is here. It's interesting because he is tapping his chest and saying you have to listen here because if a dragon's already if a dragon's already selected you, they're going to be calling, so obviously there's some, like, even though the bond hasn't maybe hit yet or whatever you want to call that, they've like started it in some way, if you can feel it in your heart,
Yeah, and she says that she doesn't feel connected to any of them, but I'm like, okay, do you remember like 3 pages ago or however many pages ago when you literally said, someone should kill it before it bonds, Tienan says, not Violet. But then Violet thinks, for the first time in my life, I actually want to kick someone while they're down and keep kicking until they stay down. You say you don't feel any connection to any of them, but you said for the first time in your life, you feel this, like, urge to be violent towards someone insulting this dragon. How do you not see that as, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I don't know what she's, like, what kind of connection she's looking for, but in this chapter, she keeps on being like, well, I can't just let this dragon be by itself. I'm like, you seem pretty connected to me.
That's actually fascinating. Something right here makes me think about something that comes up in the 3rd book, which I can't tell you about, but it's very fascinating. So I'll have to reach out to some of my friends and talk to them about it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So she's saying she doesn't feel connected. And, like Dane was trying to get her to pick a brown. Like, again, does that matter? Are you really picking or is it the dragon picking? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's the dragon. I mean, you can, like, go hang around all the browns and hope one of them bonds with you, but Dane, go away, Dane.
I don't even know why he specifically is picking a brown when, he has an orange dragon, I think. Kath is an orange dragon. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't remember what we've learned about browns, so.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, so she mentioned she hasn't talked to him in the last couple of days since presentation, and that they've only seen the professors in the morning and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Rhiannon's already thinking about the green, so she's got some sort of idea there. And then it gets mentioned that they're supposed to go alone and look, not supposed to go in groups.
Right.
Yeah. So that was something that the scribes have, like, basically in statistic wise figured out, that in groups you're more likely to get incinerated.
Which does make sense because, once again, it doesn't seem like that their aim is so perfect that they wouldn't accidentally kill all 3 or however many of people if they were in a group. So, I mean, it does make sense.
Yeah, and you're also supposed to just go out and find the dragon that you're bonded with. So I don't know, being with someone else I think would be distracting. You're supposed to be listening to your,
Heart.
instincts.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
your
what
instincts.
are you feeling, pull and all that stuff. I feel like you could be distracted.
Yeah.
So yeah, she catches Jack Barlow, like, literally, like, putting his finger across his neck like he's gonna kill her. And then Orrin and Tienan hit her squad mate.
I know.
Is right there flanking his sides.
I'm like, how, like, I know that Tienan was still being an ass before, but I didn't realize he was still so hard on this Jack train. Because I thought that after they were like, no, they're childhood friends, and like,
and he was like, actually
blah, blah, blah.
apologized.
Yeah, I thought that he would, like, I mean, that doesn't change him just being, like, annoying, but I didn't realize he was still, like, so in cahoots with Jack until this chapter, and I was like, really? Like, you're still doing this?
I don't think he's very smart. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of times bullies, the people that end up flocking to them are just dumb
Yeah,
people
it's
who
true.
don't have any other way to be anything by themselves, that they have to connect themselves to someone who has that big, like, what do you call it? Big personality, even though it's not a good one.
It's like how when Voldemort was taken down, all the Death Eaters that didn't end up in Azkaban they just stopped.
Yeah.
Like, they were all, like, so in it until he was gone, and then they were like, no, we're chilling.
Yeah.
Like, they're all cowards and dumb.
Yeah.
They're dumb cowards.
I agree. Agreed. Okay, good. So I think Kiori is done here. He finishes up his little speech, and then it's time to go. Rhiannon and her and Violet give a little hug. Riddick says, don't die. And she says, that's our only goal, as what's left of our squad separates, which is kind of funny. The only goal is don't die.
Yep.
I mean, I think
I
they
guess
kind of want to get a dragon as well.
Yeah, but if you don't die and don't bond, you can just try again next year. We did learn that.
I was thinking about that when I was reading this chapter, because we know that Sawyer tried again, right? But I want to know, well, see, I know what happens. I mean, obviously, it would make sense that they have a lot of classes with their dragons after they bond and stuff. So, which you'll learn about. That's not a spoiler, really. But, like,
they
have to learn how to do things,
said
right?
that there's, like, flying. I mean,
yeah,
Dave
flying
said
lessons and stuff. So what do these people do who don't have dragons? They just sit there and watch the flying lessons.
Well, no, they restart their first year.
Not until the next year.
Oh.
They have to wait until the next year, walk the parapet again, and restart.
Maybe they
so
just
what
go
do they do?
Do they just leave and come back next year?
No, they don't. And the reason I know that is probably not been said yet, but I mean, they don't.
Yeah, maybe they just have a free period.
They just have a free couple periods, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a
Anyways,
great
I was just
point.
wondering about that. I was like, gosh, maybe they're just really good at history and
yeah, because none of the
physics
first
and-
that's
Although didn't Sawyer even
Said
say
he was
he
bad at
wasn't good at
history?
history? This is his second time through. That might be a hole. I don't know. It's very hard to find any holes. Rebecca Yarros, unlike J.K. Rowling, you can find holes in her story, but it's hard with her. So I don't know. Okay, not important. So yeah, now we're out there. Violet is out walking around. She's seen some greens and brown and oranges. Nothing's really speaking to her. She does accidentally come upon a red that she's terrified about. So obviously it's not the right one. And she's like bows her head and she's just like, please don't kill me. And the dragon, continues on. So of course she starts having anxiety here and is worried about, like, what if I'm the one cadet that doesn't have a dragon? Like, what if there aren't any dragons for me? Like, it's just too much for her. She's definitely second guessing herself.
Yeah, which I think is totally normal right here.
Yeah. She does climb up a tree because, she's a smart girl and looks around. And then she sees the golden dragon. And that's all she really sees. So she gets back down, and this is when she finds the group of 3 who are not supposed to be in groups.
Nope.
Are together.
Yep.
And are talking about
Hunting down the golden dragon.
the golden dragon.
Why are they like this? Like, just truly. And also then Jack later is like, we gotta do this, like, otherwise the scrawny one's gonna get someone killed. I'm like, Jack, you love killing people. Like, it seems like you just like people dying all the time. That's not
Yeah.
true. This is not your concern. You just want to kill a dragon.
No.
You're
He's
just
obviously got
sugarcoating
another
it.
motive of some sort, whatever it is, unless it is literally just I want to be kill a dragon. Yeah.
He just likes killing.
Yeah.
Like, having the
Obviously.
opportunity to kill a dragon is probably, like, amazing to him. He's
Yeah.
like, I have a great excuse to just kill something else. He just likes killing. This guy's a psycho.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Also, like, Oren seems to be maybe kind of regretting going along with him. He's like, "You sure we shouldn't be like looking for our own dragons, you know?" And
Yeah.
Jack's like, "No, our dragons are not going to bond with other people," which
Is that true?
if they've already been picked, I guess so. But still,
It seems like, considering there's 100 and what was the number?
60
150. No, because it went down.
147.
And 101 dragons. I wouldn't bet my, like, whole year on that.
Yeah, there could be a dragon that's like, I could do that one or that one. It's like, well,
Exactly.
that one never came. I'll take this one. Yeah. Who knows? We don't really know, unfortunately,
I
what
would
the dragons are thinking.
I would love to think he doesn't get to bond with a dragon because of this. Unless Zayden just kills him, which would be fire, honestly. But unfortunately, I don't think this antagonist is done being an antagonist.
I hear you.
As much as I would like to believe he would be.
You're done with Jack, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, can we just get rid of this guy? There must be better things to focus on.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Oren is definitely worried about this. Like, he's worried about getting caught and all that stuff. But, again, he's weak and has to just follow the bully, Anyways. So, yeah, they're off talking about how they're going to, find this feather tail, and they refuse to fight. They're useless in combat and blah, blah, blah. And this is when Violet is like, no one knows anything about Feathertail. So where's Jack getting his information?
Yeah, it
But she
just
doesn't
seems
have
like
time to think about it.
It just seems like he's lying.
Right.
But, like, this is more proof that they don't seem to know much of anything about Feathertail, so I just think it's wild for them to assume that it's a baby or that it's the wrong color or this, because I'm like, how do you know? They could all look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is not sure what to do. All this stuff goes through her head, and then she gets this kind of like thought in her head, like, you can get there first and warn.
I know.
Right? Which she's like, okay, fine, that's the right thing to do.
The way that it's written here, too, I'm like, is that her thoughts? Like, actually her thoughts? Or is this, like, the connection that she says she doesn't feel?
Because this is in italics, and all the other thinkings that she's doing here is not in italics.
Right. She says, I can't just stand here and do nothing. And then in italics, you can get there first and warn it. And even that phrasing, she's saying I, and then it says, you can get there first and warn it.
Right.
I was like, suspicious. Like, maybe it's just a writing, like, tactic. Just like an interesting writing tactic, or maybe it's something
like
else.
Maybe like when you have another voice in your head that's answering your question.
Or maybe it's Zayden's voice. We don't know.
Maybe it is. Okay, good. So she takes off, and she's also really good. She even mentions, they've played in the woods and all that. She's really good. She says that, and then she goes and trips over a branch and pops her ankle.
Oh, I'm so upset.
Which I'm sorry. I'm not really laughing, but at the same time, I am kind of like...
It's like, come on.
Just not fun.
No.
So now she's limping to the clearing, right? She does get there before Jack and his group. And she starts like talking to the golden dragon and saying they're going to kill you if you don't leave. You have to leave right now. And the dragon just looks at her and blinks its eyes, it swishes its tail. And then she's like, go, run, fly, shoo, shoo. She's like shooing it away.
It's a pigeon.
I know. And then right then, of course, Jack and Oren and Tynan come in.
Yeah. And it was so funny because earlier she was like, this was not going well. And then it's like, this is officially going horribly. Like when they showed up.
She's like, damn it. I mean, it was not, she was really hoping to get it just handled before they show off. And now she's like, literally, okay, I'm going to die now because I'm smaller than them. There's 3 of them against 1 and all this stuff.
And yet she's still there. It says, and yet I'm still going to do it because this is wrong. And I'm like, it's her compass. Here's her compass. It's always pointing her like to do the right thing always.
Yeah, exactly.
And probably more so if this is like the one that she's supposed to bond with.
Violet definitely has a very strong sense of what's right and wrong. So she's not going to just walk away. There's like nothing that could ever get her to do that. And that's very obvious, right? So she steps out.
Literally dying.
Yeah, she steps out. She's like going to stand in front of this dragon and be like, you can't kill her, protect her with her little body.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's like trying to not really think about it, just like, I just have to do
3
it.
against her, an injured person who doesn't actually fight most of the time. She just uses her poison.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and she's like, I think she said earlier that she's pretty certain that this dragon can't actually um spew fire.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
just
just it's got its teeth.
yeah, this is another thing where I'm like, it seems like she does have some kind of connection because why would she know this? But it says like somehow I'm certain in the marrow of my bones that it can't
Right,
blow
exactly.
fire. Other than its teeth, it's defenseless against the 3 trained warriors.
Although if you have a dragon that's a little okay, so it's not that big. So it might be the same height as these boys because she said just a little bit bigger than her, taller than her, and she's short. So maybe it's the height of them, but still, it's got to have mass and muscles and horrible teeth. Like you think it could do something.
And it can fly. Just fly away.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if we know that if it can fly or not, but
Okay,
yeah.
well, it has wings.
It has wings. Exactly. It could do something. I mean, it got there somehow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, yeah. So she's out there. She's like, screw this shit. And Jack is all very excited, like, woohoo, we can kill the dragon and you. And he's very happy about this. She's just made his day. Well, for the moment.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, she again tells the dragon if it can fly, now is a good time. And she draws out 2 daggers, and I like how the dragon just chuffs.
I know.
It's just like whatever, lady.
But also, she pulls out her daggers, and I'm like, Violet, if you don't throw your daggers, like, do not wait for close combat. Do not wait.
She's got excellent aim
for close combat. You've proven you have excellent aim.
100%.
Please, you have like
but she's also
14 daggers
proven
on you.
an unwillingness to hurt people. I'm just saying, she's like not into this.
You don't have to kill him.
I know. Well, we'll see what she does, right? Well, we actually won't
she
see.
kind of does nothing because Zayden shows up first.
You get to see when we're done with this recording. Brianna gets to go and read the next 2 chapters and find out more. Very exciting next 2 chapters. Okay, so she's trying to reason with him like, you can't kill a dragon. And she's like, it's against everything we believe in. And Oren is obviously he's the one who's like, yeah, you can tell he thinks it's wrong, but he doesn't know how to stand for himself. So she's like trying to get him. She thinks he's like the weak link in this group or something.
Yeah.
Jack's arguing with her, right? He's saying it's incapable of fighting. It's against our beliefs, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, yeah, you have to go through me then. And then they lift their swords. And she's like all ready to do this. And then suddenly this voice. I would strongly recommend you rethink your actions. His voice.
I know.
There's only one his
yep.
in this book. And then her scalp prickles as each of their heads swivel in his direction. And there's Xaden leaning against a tree, his arms folded across his chest.
And his dragon's there.
His dragon is there. The terrifying navy blue dagger tail. And yep. And then the chapter literally just ends there.
Yeah, it's pretty rude. It's pretty rude that it ends there. How dare it? But okay, so Xaden can stop them from killing the dragon, but he can't stop them from killing Violet, right? Like, per what Dane said, that they are not allowed to interfere.
They can't interfere. That is the datum, yes.
So either he's just breaking the rules by being here at all, or...
Well, they can watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. But
it says they can watch.
Yes.
But they can't interfere. But
he's interfering.
He is interfering, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either because they're about to break the rules and kill a dragon, he's then allowed to interfere and stop them, or he's just breaking the rules by being here. And then at that point, it doesn't really matter what he does because he's breaking the rules anyways. But let's assume that he was told to come interfere because they're about to like break, like she says, it's against everything they believe in to kill a dragon.
Yeah.
So let's assume that's why he's interfering. I wonder if she's still gonna have to fight them though, because then he wouldn't be able to interfere if they still decide to attack her. He could only interfere with them attacking the dragon.
Right, because it's not actually against the rule to fight another cadet, because it even mentions that sometimes that happens on this, yeah.
Yeah, Dane said, like, they're gonna try to kill you.
Yeah.
So then, if that's what happens, if he can only stop, if he's like, if you attack that dragon, I'm gonna have to kill you guys, or whatever, incapacitate you guys, and they're like, fine, we'll just kill Violet then. Then I really hope that after she stood up for this dragon, and was like there for it, and was being so great and showing so much bravery and awesomeness, that the dragon bonds with her at like the right moment, and then attacks them, or at least helps her in any way, because they can like talk mind to mind. So I really hope that's what happens if she ends up having to fight them. If this dragon doesn't bond with her after all this, I'm gonna be pissed. Also, I hope that she doesn't get upset if it bonds with her and is like, like, I like this dragon, but now they're all gonna make fun of me. Because then the dragon would know she was thinking that, and that's not a great way to, like, start out your relationship.
Oh my goodness, I'm so dying for you to read this next chapter.
Well, I'm going to, like, right
Yeah.
when I get home, so don't
Oh,
worry.
good. Oh, good. It is so wild to end right here, but
I know.
we are ending here because that is the end of chapter 13.
Yep, that is the end.
Oof. Well, okay. We'll just have to see how right or how wrong you are.
Yeah, I would like to believe, like, how cool it'd be if he's just breaking the rules and he's gonna, like... But no, he just doesn't seem like the type to sweep in her defense like that, you know? Like, he'd be like, oh, you gotta fight him off, so I don't know.
Very true.
But I wouldn't hate it if he came and was just like, yeah, I just couldn't let them do this to you, and then just kills all three of them.
And it's like there's no more witnesses.
Because I did make that prediction like a while ago that either Xaden or Dane was gonna step in and like hurt Jack when he was gonna do something to Violet. So this might be that moment. We'll see.
Yes, we will see. Okay, well, that's it on this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Next week we're gonna cover 14 and 15, which means we're finally gonna get to the point of where the one prediction I know comes true. So then at that point I'll be blind.
That's right. After that, you won't have any other spoilers in this book. So
Just going in blind.
It's
this is the
good.
one thing like that I knew, so I've been making predictions like it's gonna be this dragon, it's gonna be this dragon. So
yeah. So exciting. Okay, good. Well, that's all for today.
okay, join us next time, writers.
Bye.
Bye.